The Hazard playtest has ended, and this must be one of the most interesting tanks that they added to Overwatch in a while. Let's have a look. It felt like yesterday that I started making these videos trying to predict who the next tank hero for Overwatch was going to be. And look at this now. We just concluded the first playtest. Time sure flies. I managed to squeeze in enough time actually playing the hero, and a lot of you have been in my comments and telling me in my stream chat what you think about this new hero. So I figured I'd make a video with my opinion, his current state, and trying to address some of the comments that I have seen. Now, to be fair, Hazard kind of started out on the back foot. Based on that ability sheet and the trailer they released last week, a lot of people had already decided that he is an uninspired and crappy tank. That he was just going to be a mix of a lot of other tanks. That Blizzard had failed, and that they need to stop putting out crappy heroes. On top of that, there was the thing with the voice, and some people really didn't like his look. Now, I don't care about those last two, the voice and the look. I personally like the accent, and I can get why they chose this type of voice for such a huge hero. It's kind of part of the lore. His looks don't really bother me. It's not like I hate them or like them. I do, however, see a lot of potential for some kick-ass skins with the shape that he has. Could be cool, but we all know that that is not happening in Season 14, so let's park that topic for now. Let's focus on his abilities, shall we? I don't know where all that shit-talking started. It usually is one or a few creators that love to kind of crap on everything that Team 4 does, all to squeeze out a few extra views. After which those opinions start to echo through the community. I have one golden rule. You need to try it before you can hate it. And I'm going to stick to that. But in any case, those people might have to eat their words. I did a poll yesterday asking my followers on all the different platforms that I'm present on, which is starting to become a lot, what their opinion was on Hazard. Now overall, over all platforms, the ranking of the answers was kind of similar, or identical actually. But it turns out that right here on YouTube, people seem to like him a lot. 53% of all the people that cast their vote said they loved him. 27% said that he needed some work, and only 3% said that they hated him. Only 3? That's not bad, guys. That's not bad at all. I can totally understand why so many people love him, and also why some people think that he needs some work. That is because, in my opinion, Hazard is one of the widest heroes. Give me a second. On the skill scale. Aha. Now let me explain. Yeah, sure, he has a lot of elements from other heroes. The block from Doomfist, the leap from Doomfist, albeit a lot shorter, Winston's leap, Mei's wall, Mei's ultimate, there's a touch of Ramatra in there. I get it. But it is the combination of all those abilities that make him a tank that is really easy to get into. I mean, it might take 4 or 5 games before you truly understand how his kit actually works, how things kind of click together. But once you do, you can stand your ground. Now, if we compare that to Doomfist, he is a very different hero. And so is Wrecking Ball. You need a lot more time to wrap your head around their kit to kind of figure out how they click and to stand your ground in a normal game. Because any mistake you're going to make is going to cost you, or it is going to cost your team. They're not going to get the support they need. And that is exactly why I don't play Doom or Wrecking Ball. Yeah. Winston is slightly more forgiving, and I think D.Va is kind of the complete opposite when it comes to all the dive tanks. In my opinion, Hazard's skill starts somewhere above D.Va, but pretty close. The biggest difference, however, is that his skill ceiling, so the maximum skill that you can reach, the maximum difference that you can make with him if you invest time, is way higher than it is with D.Va. Because there's so much going on with his kit, with his tech, that we even haven't figured out yet. At some point, a skilled Hazard is going to be almost as annoying as a skilled Doomfist. Not as annoying, but pretty close. But Hazard is going to have more scenarios in which he can make a difference. Which kind of also explains why about 30% of people think that he needs some help, that he needs some work. Sure, like I said, at the bottom of that skill scale, you might stand your ground. You might be able to make a difference. And you will have a lot of fun. Yeah, you will feel like you need a few small buffs to make you shine. The thing is, at the top level, there's going to be so much potential. And a few weeks into his release, that potential is going to start to surface. After which all of those strategies that they figure out are going to trickle down. And at that point, people are going to start asking for nerfs. That's my prediction. We'll see. For now, I don't think they need to touch him. They just need to leave him as he is and release him this way. I know. Look, there's even things that I would like to change. Like for me personally, the distance on the spy guard is a little short, but I think that is a me problem. I just need to position myself better. And that's where it all starts. I think all of the comments that I have seen can be brought back to, yeah, I get you, but try this or try that. And once you do, you're going to notice the difference. Give yourself some time. That all being said, this is the second hero in a row that they have nailed, no pun intended, and that has a fun and balanced kit with a lot of potential. And look, when it comes to those comments of him feeling a little too familiar, I think it is inevitable. I think as the roster grows, as we get more heroes in there, you are going to see more and more things that look familiar. But I'm pretty sure there's always going to be details, flavor that are going to set it apart from the others. Like, sure, you have a second wall in game now, or in December, we'll have a second wall in game. But this one, guys, is purple. It has spikes, and it sings. It's a singing wall. Eat that, May. Does your wall sing? I don't think so. It's just a huge pile of ice cream at this point. Well, with the colors that I set for the enemy team, it actually looks like a huge slab of bacon. Bacon. But seriously, that wall has a lot of trick applications. Like, you can boop people off ledges, you can put a portal on it, you can use it to climb higher on walls. There's so much that we even haven't discovered. But by the way, while we're talking about that wall, when Hazard joins the roster of Overwatch 2 on December 10th, there is one setting that you need to change. If you go into Options, Controls, Hero and HUD, and set it to Hazard right here on the right, you'll see this option that says Jagged Wall uses pre-placement controls. Switch that on. It will allow you to see where your wall is going to end up, kinda like May does. It does require a second click, but that should not slow you down. They should actually make that the standard, to be honest. But, in my opinion, they really managed to make Hazard feel as a different hero, even if he has those elements that we recognize. The combination of jumping and climbing, this ultimate having a path, that feeling of setting off your spike guard in the middle of a group of panicking squishies, it's glorious. To be fair, the most boring part about him is his gun. Yeah. But for now, leave him as he is. And just like they did with Juno, they need to keep an eye on him and see how we get better at playing him. And at some point, they might have to intervene with a little bump up or with a little nerf. My guess is that it is going to be a nerf. But for now, guys, good job. But what do you think? What do you think about Hazard? And what will you change to this hero? Let me know in the comments. But now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons that could not make these videos without you guys. You have my eternal gratitude. You too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. The link is below. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. Click it. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.